I did go. That was my first time at King's Dominion in 25 plus years. Oh, wow. Well, I hope you enjoyed it because I had a blast last year. This year I want to do the igloos. Am I using a 4K link for the cam hookup? No, I'm not. It's a USB-C cable from the camera to the laptop. Hey, Steeler Wayne, happy early birthday, my friend. That's a great way to celebrate the birthday. A feast. Alrighty, guys. Actually, I'll let it get past me. It's 8:01. Welcome back to another video, guys. And as always, thank you for tuning in. Today, we're doing a live talking about the coming holiday season for all the theme parks. Specifically, we're going to be talking about Universal Studios, King's Dominion, and Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and maybe Busch Gardens just in general. At the end of this live stream, we will be opening it up for just talking about other events that are going to be going down and coming to the channel. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, things of that nature, drop it down in the chat. I'm going to do my best to stay on over. So if I look over here, it's because I'm trying to keep track of you guys and respond to you guys. Let me see. Let me pop the chat out so that I get a better view. There we go. All right, chat is popped out, so now I can see a little bit better. I got Steeler Wayne in the house. We got Flipping It with Cisco. We got Eclipse 25, Airtime Mike. I know Brittany was there as well. Thank you all for jumping on. It's been a while, once again, since we've done one of these, so a little bit informal. I may be a little rusty, but let's get into it. So let's see. How can I do this? So it's been a while. It's been a while. I won't do that to you, but it has been a while since I've... How do I forget how... What's in this background? I forget how to show you guys what I'm looking at. That's not working. Nope, that's not working either. How do I show you my desktop? Okay, so once again, rusty here, guys, so I apologize. But I think we may have to forgo. Let's see. Full screen, little screen. Alright, I should have done a little bit more work in preparation. That's for sure. I know I've done this in the past. Huh. Why is the back just black like that? Why can't you see my screen? Alright. So it looks like we won't be able to actually look at what I'm looking at. But let's talk about the event over at Universal Studios. So specifically at Islands of Adventure is their main event. They do have the parade that happens over in Universal Studios, but at Islands of Adventure they have their Grinchmas, which is an event that I've been wanting to go to for a really long time. Never actually been to Grinchmas. I think our friend in the chat, Senor Cisco, has been to Grinchmas himself. And probably some of the Disney events, but Grinchmas is basically over at Islands of Adventure in the Whoville area, the Dr. Seuss area. They turn it into a Christmas spectacular with the main character being the Grinch. They have a show for the Grinch. They have a bunch of meet and greets with characters. Let's take a look at the website. Well, I'm taking a look at the website while you guys are there. They do have the Who. Let's see. This is messy, guys. This is messy because I did not prepare well enough for... How do I show you guys what I'm looking at? I wish I could show you guys as I'm scrolling through the screen. what I'm scrolling through. Yeah, so the show for Grinchmas is called the Holiday Spectacular. Your heart might grow 3 sizes as you delight in the hilarious hijinks of the live retelling of the classic tale, starring the Grinch, featuring music recorded by Mannheim Steamroller. Let's see, what other things do they got going on? So yeah, you got the Who characters with like the funny little noses and snouts, make them kind of look like rats, that you can meet and greet with. Warm and fuzzy with a side of sarcasm. That's the Grinch for you. All right, I guess that kind of does it for Grinchmas. It's, they transform that area. You got the show going on. And then over at Universal Studios, you have the Macy's Day Parade. As far as when everything starts at Universal, it's going to be starting November 12th and going all the way through January 1st. And let's see. Explore holiday activities at Universal Studios. And I'm keeping the chat open. Eclipse 25. I wish King's Dominion would keep the indoor rides open during Winterfest. How many indoor rides does King's Dominion have? I feel like they only have one. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it looks like Dante agrees. All right, so over at Universal, there's some additional things. Awesome celebrations of the season. You have the Macy's Day Parade. You also have Experience Christmas in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I honestly wish I could do that. I know that they're going to be doing a holiday projection show onto the castle, which will be amazing. Grinchmas, as we talked about, put a bow on the season at our hotel. For Thanksgiving to Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year's, all the traditional feast and holiday decor are here, along with a few surprises. Plus, the hotel guests enjoy exclusive theme park benefits. Yeah, that's another thing. So if you stay on site at one of the Universal on-site resorts, when you're there, they do decorate them all differently. They all have different Christmas trees, so you could actually hop from hotel to hotel, even if you're not staying there, and check out their displays over in their lobby. And then you got Mannheim Steamroller, which is, I believe, like an orchestra. Celebrate the seasons with sensational scores of the best-selling holiday artists of all time. Live performances at Universal Studios, Florida, December 3rd, 4th, 10th, and 11th. And then as far as like prices go, you could either be a pass holder or they have like additional things where they have like the Grinchmas and Friends breakfast, which is $41.99. A cool extra where you could have breakfast with the Grinch inside of the park, as well as some of the Whoville characters. And then also you also have Universal Holiday Tours starting at $79.99 plus tax. See the season come to life with the Grinch, greeting, reserve seating at the shows, and tasty food and much more. So I'm pretty sure I've had a friend do the holiday tour for $79.99 to have an exclusive like kind of private tour with select seating is actually fairly cool at Universal Studios. A lot of their extras are typically fairly expensive, and for $79.99 that's not too bad. Oh, I lost the chat. Restore. Pop out. There you guys are. They have two, Boo Blasters and Flight of Fear. Oh, they closed Boo Blasters? I guess that kind of makes sense. That's more Halloween. So Haunt season. But I think they closed it even for Haunt, didn't they? How's everybody doing? I feel like everybody's being a little quiet today. The chat's not popping off. Let's see, what else? In addition to all those different things that you could do, they also have seasonal sweets and treats at Universal, some seasonal merchandise if you're looking to do some shopping, some early gift preparation for the holidays, for that theme park enthusiast in the family, or your favorite theme park enthusiast YouTuber. They have some great merchandise and capture some memories with some great photo ops over at the park. And then I won't go into specifics, but park hours vary significantly over at Universal Studios during this time. Dante, I thought Boo Blasters would have been open for Haunt. Nope, I don't think so. I don't think it was open for Haunt. You got a cold, Brittany? Sorry to hear that. You know, it's funny. We've gotten to the point, and not to be insensitive about anything, we've gotten to the point where people could actually get sick with other things these days. I remember when, you know, a few years back, if you were sick, there was only one thing you could have. I guess that's the new norm. Kings Island and Carowinds keep Boo Blasters open during Winterfest. Ah, I didn't know that. All right, so let's move on over to King's Dominion. All right, so we spent about just a little bit over 11 minutes talking about Universal and everything that it has to offer. Hopefully I did a good job. Do you guys have any questions about Universal? Not one that I've experienced personally, but I look forward to experiencing, so I have done a little bit of research. When it comes down to it, to kind of give you an overview of everything Universal, I do wish that I could go so I could check out all the different things going on at the hotels, the different meet and greets, Grinchmas for at least one time, and then the what's it called? Tribute store. There we go. I've never seen a Christmas tribute store. Although on the channel, we do have a review and walkthrough of a Christmas tribute store. It wasn't me who filmed it. It was filmed by Adrian over at Lost TV, who did us the favor of capturing that and helping me post it on my channel. All right, I'm not seeing anybody commenting about Universal, so we'll move on over to King's Dominion. Now, before we start at King's Dominion's Winterfest, this year we got a special event with the November Nights, starting as soon as next year. So I don't know if you guys saw the news, but King's Dominion will now be turning into a year-round park, which is awesome. What are you talking about, Dante? They are creeping closer to closing ET. Blasphemous. They better not. To Dante's point, they are taking away the like kids area over there. I think it's like the 50 something. I forget what that kids area is, because I honestly rarely ever go over there. Now that I have a kid, I probably eventually would have headed that way, but they're closing it down. But they have already confirmed ET will not be touched. And hopefully it remains that way. E.T. is a classic. It's one of those rides when I go to Universal Studios, I must ride. All right, so what is November Nights? So I already have a November Nights video in the making, and I'm probably going to be releasing it next Monday. November Nights is going to be running November 16th through the 20th, so it is a very short run. When is November 16th? Is that that's not next week, is it? No. So November 16th through the 20th, so 2 weeks from now, it starts on a Wednesday, which is fairly interesting, and I think I'm going to like, because the event actually runs from 5 to 10 p.m., so it means that even though it starts on a Wednesday, I will be able to experience it after work. King's Dominion is about 30 minutes from my home. I typically get home around 6 o'clock, 6:30-ish, So I'll have enough time to head over there and enjoy an hour or two of King's Dominion November Nights. So, in my opinion, King's Dominion's November Nights, we won't go into too many crazy details because it really just is a pre-Winterfest. They're going to have a lot of their Winterfest activities available. Snowflake Lake is going to be open. They're going to have live entertainment, lots of live entertainment. Tinker's Toy Factory, which is a show that I've heard is great. I haven't been able to experience. I haven't actually been able to experience a lot of the Winterfest shows and entertainment over at King's Dominion because last year was actually our first time to Winterfest, and I was blown away. Winterfest was spectacular over at King's Dominion. If you guys have been, let me know in the comments down below if you agree. One of the best events that I've ever been to, and from my dog's freaking out. From a aesthetic perspective, I think it rivals parks like Universal and Disney. Disney, I know, does its whole like Disney overnight. So when they close down their Halloween event, the next morning, Christmas has opened up miraculously somehow. But the reason why they're able to do that is because the level of lighting and the amount of lights that they put out is nowhere near the level that King's Dominion does. King's Dominion does a full facelift of their haunt event, closes down the whole entire fountain and turns it into Snowflake Lake. There's a lot that goes in to Winterfest, and now we're going to have a little pre-Winterfest that we could enjoy. It's smart. They're going to be able to continue to develop Winterfest as we're there and still be able to allow the audience or the pass holders and anybody who wants to come early to come check out the park, enjoy some of the rides, because some of the rides are going to be open without any interruption. You know, a lot of times there's a fairly big gap in between when King's Dominion closes down and then Haunt starts, and then there's another fairly big gap before Haunt closes down to when Winterfest starts. But now they're shortening that gap by adding a small short event, because it's only running from the 16th to the 20th, so Wednesday to Sunday, and then the following week is when Winterfest opens up. That being said, I look forward to checking out November Nights. We'll be there the 16th to check it out, bring you guys along for the fun. So stay tuned and make sure that if you're not already, subscribe, click the bell notification so that when that comes out, you are notified. Let's check the chat. We got Steeler Wayne. Winterfest was quite a spectacle. It really is. It really is. Eclipse 25. Are all the rides open during November Nights? How about we jump into the list and see what rides will be open? I don't believe it's all of them, but a large portion of them. I think I-305 is going to be closed. Airtime Mike. Winterfest is fabulous. Love the snow falling all over, the lights, ice skating, animals. Yeah, there's animals at Winterfest, the parade, live entertainment. It's a full family experience with a lot to do. Absolutely. And we're going to get to Winterfest in just a moment, go more into details about Winterfest. We're just talking about November Nights for just a quick moment, basically the pre-Winterfest. Will I talk about Hershey? Sure. Once I get through King's Dominion and Busch Gardens, if we have enough time, I'll pull up the Hershey website and we'll take a look at that. This year, I did want to head over to Hershey for their haunt event, the first year that they've ever had one. Unfortunately, I was unable to. Traveling is not easy when you have a kid. And mostly when, you know, if I do travel, more than likely I'm going to travel on my own. So I feel real guilty leaving Monique and Oliver behind. And, you know, bringing him doesn't do him any justice either, because he won't be able to do anything. So Monique will be stuck at the hotel, or one of us will be stuck at the hotel at least. All right, let's take a look at the rides. All right, so from November 16th through November 20th, ride availabilities. So I'm going to read off the list. I don't know all these rides because when I go, I don't ride a lot of the ones that are nauseating in my opinion. But we got Americana, we got Bad Apple, Blue Ridge Tollway, Carousel, Delirium, Dodgem, Dominator, which is nice. That's a nice intense roller coaster. Twisted Timber, awesome. One of the best roller coasters at King's Dominion, and arguably the best roller coaster depending on how you like your thrills. Wave Swinger, Charlie Brown's Wind Up, Flying Ace Balloons, Flying Eagles, Great Pumpkin Coaster, Kite Eating Tree, Lucy's Cabbies, Linus Luncher, Flying Ace, Peanut 500, Snoopy Junction, Sally C. Plain, and Woodstock Whirlybird. Now, obviously, by looking at this list, I don't know all these rides, but I could imagine that the majority of them are the more family-friendly rides, which makes sense. But for the coaster enthusiasts in you, if you're looking at riding one of their intense coasters, one of their like what is it that they call it, the 3-punch, you got Twisted Timbers and Dominator. You can't go wrong with those two. Dante, we are pass holders and we are going to Winterfest for the first time this year, but we live in North Carolina and it's about 2.5 hours to get there. My friend and I are getting excited to go. You know, Dante, that's awesome that it's just 2.5 hours for you. I drive 2.5 hours typically just to get to Busch Gardens, and you see how frequently I go there. Airtime Mike, yeah, Jungle Expedition will probably be closed completely. It's going to be blocked off by the animals like they had last year, which is a shame. I would love to see that area utilized, but also this gives them the opportunity to continue to work on Jungle Expedition so that next year, when Kings Dominion is a year-round event, Jungle Expedition will have some new offerings. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's what they're actually doing, but I'm assuming that they're not utilizing that area for 2 reasons. They need to work on that area, and second reason, too much space. It would be way too much space to like decorate, and they already put way too much lights up just in the entry, like international road area. All right, so that is November Nights. Super excited for that. Once again, stay tuned to the channel. Hit that bell notification to stay tuned, so when I put that content out, you're first to be notified. All right, next we got their Christmas event, which is Winterfest. Let's see. Steeler Wayne, for me, Kings Dominion is about 30 minutes away. Busch Gardens is slightly over an hour drive. So you're kind of sitting in the middle, Wayne. I'm on the opposite end. So for me, it's about 30-40 minutes to Kings Dominion, and then about an hour and a half to Kings Dominion, from Kings Dominion to Busch Gardens. My dog is like walking all around me. She is so impatient. I'm gonna give her a quick pet. I think she needs it. There you go, big girl. All right, Winterfest. Where do you guys want to start with Winterfest? Let's start with when it starts. So, when? November 25th through January 1st. Where? Park-wide. That's a little deceiving because I think they're going to have Jungle Expedition closed like Airtime Mike said. And then to visit, $32.99. Well, starting from $32.99, which isn't a bad price at all. Now, what are the offerings? Huge offerings. The Winterfest Wonderland Parade will be park-wide starting at 9 p.m. But I don't believe it starts with the opening of Winterfest. Last year, it had like a week or two delay. Maybe a week. It was delayed like a week or after the starting. Let's see if we could get some information about when it starts. Nope. Nope. Oh, come on. Of course. Here we go. Close that. Boom. All right. And the Winterfest parade, I actually filmed it. I have it on the channel. Super cool parade. Basically, a long conga line of different parade floats going through the park. It's amazing that a park like Kings Dominion is able to put up such a cool parade like that. Like I said earlier, I've always wanted to go to check out Grinchmas and check out the Macy's Day Parade over at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure for Grinchmas, but I've never been able to go. They put on a spectacular parade. That parade looks amazing, but Kings Dominion puts on a pretty awesome parade. Obviously, they don't have these huge floats because they have more trees and whatnot, and probably space is not as open as it would be at a Universal Studios road. But they still put on a pretty amazing parade. They go through, they have all these cool, unique floats, occasionally stop, the characters dance with the crowd, and then they keep going, and they go all the way from the back of the park where Twisted Timbers is, all the way to the front of the park. But when it starts, I don't know. Last year, I know that it did start like a week after park opening. Losh TV in the house. That's the gentleman that I told you that helped with filming the what's it called? Why am I at such a loss of words? The tribute store for the holidays when it was Christmas over at Universal Studios. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go personally, but we were able to capture it because Losh TV was so kind as to film it for us for the purpose of edutainment. I don't know if we'll see Ollie, but maybe I could ask Monique to bring him down for like a second. Brittany said, me too. Maybe Monique will bring him down for a second and you guys could say hi. I could pull Ellie up. Let's see if she lets me. She's a big girl. Ooh. This is the monster that's walking around me right now, making all the ruckus. I'm surprised she hasn't knocked over any of my lights. Alrighty. So, Winterfest. So after the parade, once again, I'm not sure if the parade will be starting with the opening of the event, but it will be there eventually. Then we have the live entertainment. Live entertainment, they have so many shows, but let's go over the list. Let's go over the list of all the shows that they have. Okay? So, let's see. They have the tree lighting ceremony, which is typically how they start off the event. And it's led by Snoopy, which is super cool. Ellie is a cutie. Look, now she's mad at me. She's over there in her bed. And yes, she has a bed to my right in the studio, and then Ollie's bassinet is right here to my left hand side. So both of my babies have space in my studio if needed. And then we have holiday music. So to start the event, we have the lighting of the tree, but then we have holiday music, which has 4 drummers drumming, Jingle Jazz, and I'll tell you where they're at as well. So 4 drummers drumming is located over at Snowman Alley. Jingle Jazz is located over at Grove Stage. Then we have Sounds of Nativity located over at Toy Soldier Alley. Obviously, all these things will change. You'll be able to reflect on these names once the map is updated. The Mistletones over at Old Virginia Christmas Gazebo. The Humbugs over at Old Virginia's Christmas Gazebo as well. New this year, the Kris Kringles over at International Street. Now, that is all the music. Then we have family shows. So family shows start off with a Peanuts Guide to Christmas over at Peanuts Playhouse. Cool Yule Christmas over at Grande Bandstand. Holly Jolly Trolley over at Grove Stage. Tinker's Toy Factory, which will be at the Kings Dominion Theater. I'm looking forward to seeing this one because Kings Dominion doesn't have too many indoor shows, and this one will be indoors. I understand that before or last year this one was an outdoor show, and this year it's going to be converted into an indoor show. All right, perfect. That does it for all the live entertainment. Next, we have lights and sights. So Obviously, there's going to be a lot of lights. The major attraction is International Street when you walk into King's Dominion. It is spectacular, a sight to be seen. And if you go to their website, you'll actually be able to see the full gallery of photos of their Winterfest event. Next, we have experiences and activities, which once again, there's a ton of those. Last year, we were invited by King's Dominion as media and were able to experience everything. It was amazing. We had such a spectacular time. Monique, it was like her second time ever coming to one of these media events with me and participating in YouTube. Ever since then, she's participated a lot more because I think she had a great experience. We got to ice skate. We got to do cookies with Miss Claus. We got to do a little bit of everything. So, of course, they have their classic and staple at the event, which is Snowflake Lake ice skating. I think it's like $17 to ice skate, and they provide you with the ice skates. Other holiday activities, we have Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. You have Sally's Christmas crafts over at Snoopy Boutique. North Pole Post Office over at Tinseltown. And then Artisan Village, which is over in Artisan Alley. It's an area where you could buy different arts and crafts from local crafty people. Let's see. Let's go back to the chat really quick. Dante, since we started watching your videos, my wife looks for you every time we are at King's Dominion. We were there when you were at Haunt opening night, but missed you. Oh, Dante. Sorry I've missed you guys, but hopefully we could run into each other one of these days. And if you see me out there, please say hi. If I have buttons, I'll make sure to give you one of the buttons. I do appreciate everybody's support. So when I see you guys out there, I try to carry some buttons around with me to at least give some, thanks for the support and coming to say hi. Eclipse 25, I was hoping Alpengeist would be open for Christmas Town. We'll get to that. We haven't actually gotten to Christmas Town just yet. Dancing Alone with Rentals, Dante, that would have been cool if you all ran into each other. Yep, it definitely would have been. I ran into a lot of viewers, and then I ended up hanging out a lot with Clint Novak over and Sherry Novak over at Happily Ever Novak. They're another channel that covers King's Dominion a lot. I think a little bit more than I do, or maybe just around the same amount as I do, but they definitely were noticed a lot more than I was. Then let's see, we got Kevin Eclipse 25. The last time I was down there, they kept a few coasters open if the temp was around 40 or so. Yeah. How many cookies? Cookies with chips? Dante, I think my wife will spot him someday. I'm sure she will. I'm hard to miss. I'm a fairly large man. I'm 6'2", and I'm walking around with a camera in my hand with a fuzzy thing on top. All right, so let's go back to some additional stuff. So other memories or experiences that you can make over at King's Dominion's Winterfest, we have Jack Frost's Igloos. Jack Frost's Igloos are at the bottom of the Eiffel Tower, which are these kind of like VIP igloos that you could rent for the event. They're warm. They serve hot chocolate. You could go back throughout the event to warm yourself up if it's cold outside. This is something that we're looking to experience this year and hopefully do it early on in the event so that we can let you guys know whether or not it's worth it. It is an additional cost, and I believe it varies by day, but it does look like a super cool extra to add to the event, and definitely if it's cold out. We also have carriage rides through Candy Apple Grove or Winterfest Way through that time. This is also an additional fee, and if I remember correctly, it wasn't that expensive. You get to get taken around the park, horse and carriage, and I don't know if it's private. I think they could carry up to like 8 people, so if it's just you and your significant other, there's a likelihood that you will end up riding with other people. Of course, you have St. Nick's Picks over at Old Virginia Christmas, which is obviously taking pictures with Santa, and this year we look forward to taking Ollie with us to the park so that he could get his first pictures with Santa. And then last year, one of our favorites, which was Miss Claus's Kitchen, you pay like, I think it was like $20, and they give you 3 cookies to decorate, and it's like unlimited decorations and sprinkles, and all the elves are walking around bringing you stuff so that you could put it on the cookies, and they help you decorate. So it was a super cool experience. And if you have kids, it was just me and Monique last time. We're grown-ups and we had a blast doing it. I could only imagine how it would be for kids. Dante, we were behind you during a show in Jungle X and still missed you. Were you really? How do you know that you were behind me? You saw me? Why didn't you come say hi? And then, Kevin, do they open the Eiffel Tower during Winterfest? I don't believe that you could go up on top of the Eiffel Tower, but I could be wrong. I'm trying to think. Last year, was I able to go up top on the Eiffel Tower? I don't think so. The reason being is because the igloos are around the area where you would get in line for the Eiffel Tower, and it costs money to get into that area. So I think that's blocked off. Oh, Wayne, you did the decorating the cookies? Yeah, it was. It was extremely satisfying. A super cool experience over at Winterfest. Let's see what else we got. And then we wrap it up for Winterfest with festive foods, shopping, and rides. Like we said earlier, that whole entire list of rides that is open for November nights is open also for Winterfest, weather permitting. Then you have a ton of Christmas shopping. If you're looking for a cool, unique present, there's an area in Artisan Alley where you could get some unique items. They have homemade soaps and candles, all these different things that you could get, jewelry, as well as a bunch of really cool items at King's Dominion that are themed for the Christmas time. I will definitely be getting myself some Christmas gear. Hopefully, if they have a what's it called? I can't think of the name of the product, but the jerseys, the Spirit jerseys. For Christmas Town, I definitely will be getting one. I just recently got myself a Twisted Timber Spirit jersey that has kind of like that lumberjack type of pattern, that like plaid pattern, and I love it. And then last but not least, they're going to have cookies, drinks, and desserts that you could try throughout the park that will be Winterfest related. And that wraps it up for Winterfest. Last year, this was one of our favorite Christmas events over at any of the parks. We really had a great time. The team over at King's Dominion does an amazing job with all their events. We just wrapped up Haunt, and I had an amazing time over at Haunt. I really can't say enough good things about the team over at King's Dominion during these events. They are so committed to the characters that they portray. Yeah, they're just amazing. They add to the experience so much. They don't break character, at least for the most part, if they don't have to. And you'll end up having a great time as long as you're there to have fun. And that wraps it up for King's Dominion. Any questions about King's Dominion before we move on? Does King's Dominion have nano coasters? You mean like the little ones that you could build? Eclipse 25? Funny enough, we actually have a video doing one of those on the channel. Dante, you posted a video and we noticed you were standing, that we were right behind you during the show. Oh, okay. So from the perspective of the video and knowing the day that I filmed it, you were able to figure out that was me in front of you. Maybe 6 feet behind you or so. She was a little bummed that she almost met you and missed out. That's okay, Dante. I'm sure we'll meet. Do they have nano coasters? Yes. I know that I've seen them over at Busch Gardens. I think they do. I can't remember 100%, but I think they do have nano coasters. And that's a great gift. And if you're a pass holder, you get it at a discount. Alrighty. Enough about Winterfest. Now over to Busch Gardens for their Christmas Town. This year, their Christmas Town is going to have some changes. Dark Castle is closed for the building of Dark Coaster, opening next year. All right. So, Christmas Town at Busch Gardens starts next weekend. Not this weekend. Next weekend. Starting November 11th through January 8th. On select dates, the park will be converted into a winter wonderland. Over 10 million lights. Majority of them being over at Escape from Pompeii. But still, a ton of lights throughout the park. A ton of cool experiences, food, and hopefully this year they bring back the hot chocolate. 2 years ago, they had a huge selection of hot chocolate over in Germany. Was it in Germany? It was over in Rheinfeld Village. As you exit Rheinfeld Village. And they had peanut butter hot chocolate. They had peppermint hot chocolate, regular hot chocolate, all these different ones. That peanut butter hot chocolate was amazing. I haven't been able to find it ever again. So I hope that they bring that back. Dante, I know that Cedar Point has them. So if Cedar Point has them, there's a good chance that Kings Dominion has them. Do they have them in park? I think they do. I'm like 99.9% sure that they may. Possibly. Not, I don't know. I know that Busch Gardens has nano coasters. I know that much for sure. Lost TV. I'm excited for Dark Coaster. So am I. They are selling it a little different, and I think people are going to be surprised of what it actually is, but it's in the Dark Castle building that has to have a ride. They've been underutilizing that space for way too long. The theming sounds like it's going to be amazing. The only thing is the amount of track that they're claiming it has. It's going to go around the track twice. So yes, you will go that amount of distance, but the coaster itself is going to be fairly small. And I'm interested to see how the ride ops is going to go with the ride having to go through the track twice. They won't be able to use multiple ride vehicles. Celia Wayne, I live for peanut butter hot chocolate. Did they have it last year, Wayne? Hey, just out and about, our friends. Make sure to check them out as well. Make sure to check out Lost TV. My friend should be covering plenty of the holiday events over at Universal Studios. I'm sure he'll be at Grinchmas, and I'm sure he'll be checking out the holiday parade, the Macy's Day Parade over at Universal Studios as well. Just out and about, they do a lot of the same coverage and parks that we do, with plenty more parks that they add. And they'll be at Christmas Town in a few weeks. Can we talk about rides that will be open at Busch Gardens? Absolutely. How about we skip straight to that, Eclipse? We'll take a look and see what attractions will be open. Let's see. All right. Coasters and Christmas Town favorites. All right. So this year, we're going to have Pantheon open. Awesome. Now, take into consideration, you specifically, Eclipse, because it seems that you're interested in the rides. Weather is going to be a big factor on whether or not these rides remain open. But they plan on having Pantheon open. Super cool. Verbolten, Apollo's Chariot, a channel favorite before Pantheon came out. Invader, the Christmas Town Express, which is awesome. They have like the music and everything that plays along to the Christmas Town Express. Finnegan's Flyer will be open. Let's see. And then a ton of family-friendly rides over in Oktoberfest. They have Der Autobahn, Der Wirbelwind. That's a tough one. Mac Tower, Kinder Carousel, Le Catapult, The Battering Ram, Peppermint Twist, Snowman Summit. Snowman Summit. It's a speedy bobsled ride. That sounds like something I want to try. Sesame Street is going to have a bunch of their rides open. Over at the kids areas in Scotland, Oktoberfest, Italy, and Holiday Hills, they'll have all those rides open. So from a coaster enthusiast perspective, Pantheon, Verbolten, Apollo's Chariot, Invader, and if you call it an enthusiast ride, Finnegan Flyer, which I do not like. They did it in Holiday Hills, aka Festa Italia. They did what? You're very welcome, Just Out and About. Eclipse, I hope that answered your questions for you. I did also try Mexican hot chocolate in Germany. Mexican hot chocolate, yum. Oh, the hot chocolate was over at Festa Italia. Okay, I'm going to have to keep my eyes out this year. Hope they will be able to have the Skyride fixed in time for Christmas Town. Love Snowman Summit, aka the Trade Wind. Yes, the Skyride. That is a big if right now, my friend. I haven't heard anything about what's going on with it, but yes, that is an amazing view of the park and an amazing view of the lights. So hopefully they have it open. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about Christmas Town. Let's talk about the shows. All right, so we talked about some of the attractions. We talked about some of the park info, the 10 million lights or over 10 million lights. Let's go to the shows. This is really where Busch Gardens sets itself apart and shines. They have a ton of indoor theaters or partially indoor theaters where they have spectacular shows. This year will be no different. This year they're going to have Up on the Housetop, which is a returning show. Unto Us, another returning show. The voices of some of these performers at Busch Gardens are so impressive. They're going to catch you off guard. We have Celtic Fire, a Christmas celebration. Celtic Fire is an amazing show. For the Christmas celebration, it changes just a slight bit, which is a little disappointing, but overall, an amazing show. The cast does so great. I wish they would just change it up a little bit more for the Christmas time. O Tenenbaum, which is the lighting of the Christmas tree to music, and it moves around and dances over at Oktoberfest. Scrooge No More, probably their best show at the park. If you're there, I 100% recommend that you stop and check out Scrooge No More. I know this year the cast for Scrooge No More has changed a lot, and they have some like first-time cast members for certain roles. So I look forward to seeing how it's changed from last year to this year, but I know for a fact that that is a great show and a must-watch if you're over at the park. 'Twas the Night. This one's over at the Royal Palace Theater, and it's transformed into a spectacular ice skating rink. This is an ice skating show. I've never watched this one, but one that I definitely want to go watch this year. And then the last two, we have Elmo's Christmas Wish for the kids, and then Village Entertainment. So they have the carolers as you enter the park. Let's see. And then Ellie, she's over there moving things around. Alrighty. Let's see. Just Out and About. Are you going to be at the member night for Christmas Town? I'm hoping to, Don. I hope that I'm there. Love Christmas Town show. Big Busch Gardens Williamsburg is awesome for that. They really are. That's what sets them apart. Onto Us had some of the most amazing singing I've ever heard. Yeah, the people singing there are really impressive. And I'm not saying that just because I love Busch Gardens. No, they actually have some pretty impressive voices. Where do they sell the nano coasters at Busch Gardens Williamsburg? So right when you enter at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, the first store to your right hand side, I forget what it's called. If you check my Howl-O-Scream vlog, it's where the Howl-O-Scream merch is sold as you enter the park on the right hand side. They have them there, and then they have them throughout the park. So if you go to like Festa Italia, they have it over at the Tempesto store. They have them throughout the park scattered around. But they have basically all their rides in Nano Coasters. And last but not least, we have a bunch of dining and a bunch of shopping. Once again, if you're looking to get some shopping done, it's a good time over at the park. We have Santa's Fireside Feast, which is presented by Coca-Cola. It's a cool, dining experience with the characters, Santa and his elves. A bunch of seasonal brews, beers, and drinks throughout the park. A lot of them could be found at some of their bars like Grogan Grill. Sweet holiday treats. It looks like they're going to have M Sweets Confectionery, Three River Snacks, and Coco Cafe. They'll be serving different holiday treats. And then the Mistletoe Marketplace over in Oktoberfest will be having all their different type of holiday merch. But a ton of places to go visit and experience. And they're gonna have their like bourbon tasting and their wine tasting throughout the park. So you could have a really good, fun, grown-up time while you're there, in addition to, a really fun family event as well. Escape from Pompeii is beautiful when it's lit up. Yeah, Kevin, that's probably their best lit up area. Out of the 10 million plus lights, I would bet that 9 million are up on Pompeii. Just out and about. We booked the Santa's Fireside Feast. Was glad to see that was returning. Oh, I'm gonna have to see if I could check that out. Steely Wayne, I definitely want to do Santa's Fireside Feast. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to try that out. It sounds pretty cool. Where's it located? Majestic Castle. Where is it? Where do you eat? What castle? I don't know. But that being said, guys, that's all the parks that we intended to cover today. I'm excited for everything that's coming to the holidays and the theme parks. That being said, we have a lot that we'll be covering. Let's see the chat. Castle O'Sullivan. Where's Castle O'Sullivan? I have no idea where Castle O'Sullivan is. I'm assuming somewhere in Ireland, but where? I don't know. I'm confused. But I'll do some research. I'll figure it out. But that being said, guys, the floor is open. Let's chat a little bit before we end today's live. It looks like we've been going for a little bit over 54 minutes because I started around 7:50, 7:45. Ireland across the Abbey Stone Theater. Huh. Across the Abbey Stone Theater. I'm trying to picture it. All I see when I look across the Abbey Stone Theater is Grogan's or Starbucks, right? I don't know. I'm obviously a terrible enthusiast. While I'm waiting for you guys to drop any questions that you have, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. It looks like we have 11 people currently watching still. I really appreciate you guys jumping on, chatting. I had a great time talking to you guys about the events coming Super excited for the holidays over at the theme parks. Some of my favorite theme parks, Universal Studios, hold a special place in my heart, but Kings Dominion and Busch Gardens are amazing, and they're my local parks, so you best believe that I'll be there, and hopefully I'm able to head over to Universal Studios or maybe some other parks that we haven't experienced yet on the channel together, so that we could experience them together. If you guys want to see me go to Six Flags, this live stream will be posted. Please comment in the comment section and say, Eddie, head over to Six Flags, and I will. Six Flags in Maryland, which I think is like Six Flags America. I'll go check it out for you guys. I've been meaning to head out that way, just haven't made it a priority yet. And then other parks like Carowinds are potentials on the list as well. Rudolph, let's see. I didn't see anything about Rudolph. Attractions. I don't see it. I know Rudolph was over by where the Speakeasy was. I wonder if they're going to be doing something at the Speakeasy, actually. Ooh. I know that they did some changes at the Speakeasy for Halloween. I wonder if they're going to do it for Christmas Town. I don't see any mention of Rudolph anywhere. Oh, here he is. Rudolph's Winter Wonderland. Meet Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Clarice at Rudolph's Winter Wonderland in Festa Italia. So they've moved Rudolph over to Festa Italia. Looks like there's going to be also, oh, look, so thanks for asking, because now it made me look a little bit further. There's also holiday scavenger hunts. So there's going to be, it looks like, a gingerbread man scavenger hunt. Frosty and Gingy photos over at France. Highland Stable photos over at the Highland Stables. And Sesame Street Forest of Fun. There you go. Some extra stuff. And a bunch of extras. There's a bunch of like different like tours that you could take over at Christmas Town, which are pretty amazing. And I may end up doing one of those, but not 100% just yet. Kevin, we appreciate everything you do, Eddie. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate that you guys appreciate it. I do it for you guys. I love running into you guys at the park. I love the feedback that you guys give me, and I wouldn't be doing this if you guys weren't watching. I probably actually would still be doing it if you guys weren't watching, but you guys watching makes it so much better. I'm sharing things that I love with you guys, and I hope one day to grow this to something a little bit bigger, where I could continue to offer you guys some unique content around the world. Right now, we're kind of limited to Orlando and the DC metro area. We do venture out occasionally, like Carowinds and Cedar Point that we've been to. Eventually I want to hit the West Coast, but overseas as well. I want to go to Universal Studios in Japan. I want to go to Disney over in Paris. I want to go to all these different parks throughout the world and bring you guys with me for the experience eventually. But I gotta get some growth behind me on the channel. The channel has been growing. I'm super happy with where we've gotten, but I want to get further so that I could actually afford to go on these trips and bring you guys along with me. Rudolph, I think, will be over in Festa, Italy. Yep, you're right. Festa, Italy. I saw that over there. Dante, what was your favorite food so far this year at King's Dominion out of all the events so far? So I didn't do a lot of the event food, like the funnel cake for Haunt and things like that. I almost say exclusively over at Country Kitchen and Outpost Cafe, which both are great. But I do hear that over at Country Kitchen, they do have, at King's Dominion, they have a really good turkey and stuffing platter for the holidays. So I look forward to trying that out. Festa Italia, is that Holiday Hills? I believe that is Holiday Hills. Kevin. Dante. Thanks, Eddie. Of course. Thank you guys for jumping on. Alrighty, guys. I think that being said, it is 9:01. We've been on for just about an hour. Thank you guys all so much for jumping on. It really does mean a lot to me. I will continue to grow this channel. I continue to give you guys my 100% efforts behind the content that I put out. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Please help me spread the content and get new subscribers. Your support is greatly appreciated. A lot of things that you guys could do to support the channel are, obviously, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're notified when my videos come out, and check them out. If you check them out, make sure to like, comment, and well, I guess that's what like and comment, right? Make sure to like and comment. That helps push the videos out on the YouTube algorithm. So hit the like button, comment down below. Let me know if you enjoyed the video, if you didn't enjoy the video, any feedback that you have on the video. Anything is appreciated. All that goes a really long way in supporting the channel and helping me push my content out for other new viewers so that I can continue to grow. Wayne, absolutely. Hope to see you at the park too, my friend. It's been a while since I've seen you. Alrighty, guys. That being said, I will see you guys on the next one. Hope you enjoyed the live stream, but don't forget to ask yourself, have you been entertained?